I don't need these actually. Looks kind of cool. Kind of cool aesthetic for the. Yes, I'm gonna be a bit more rambly today. I'm incredibly sleep deprived. Been sleep deprived this whole week. Um, uh, it's mostly my fault. I'll be honest, but some of it, 80% of it's my fault. 20% of it isn't. But we have to do this anyway. There's no going around this. I'm gonna re-record the same video I did. I don't know, a month. Uh, Finished editing a month ago, something like that, which is insanely annoying. You need to create daily appreciation to not succumb to doom of black pills. As you know earlier, in the video catalog, you have seen me talk about the doomer culture that we are surrounded by, all the negativity around us, stuff like that. This is kind of an extension on that idea. So by daily appreciation, I mean that as in daily appreciation in the form of having a daily gratitude journal passages helps me be less depressed, anxious, and helps me be happy and humble. This is one of the things I want you guys to do often. And by often, I mean every day. Even if you do like a line or two, a sentence, maybe a paragraph if you feeling frisky, spicy. Um, Very effective. And I'm sure the more you do it like lengthwise, the better it is. But just having one thing that also works pretty well. So if you guys want to be on the lazier side, you can do that. And then you can just put more time into something else. It's kind of like strengthening the positivity habit. Yeah. So that's another aspect of that. There's not really many ways of being positive aside from just thinking positively, you know. I think it will cut down on the negative self-reflection and constant complaining and self-pity that a lot of people engage in. So, with it being a strengthening of a positivity habit, you are negatively affecting the negativity habits, I guess. It might be a way to negative, like, reduce negativity without increasing positivity, but I don't know of a like a cool way to do that or anything like that. Stoicism, I guess, is one way of doing that. You kind of you accept things as they are, and you just take negative and the positive like same stride, and you don't do anything. Which also I think is like a good topic to delve into as well later on in this video series. I am a really big fan of Stoicism, and I maybe have done a video on it already, but I don't remember. Daily appreciation is also an act in spirituality. You are lifting your spirits when you do this, things like that. A healthy, positive mind is a more productive and fulfilled one. I think it rings true that if you're in a negative space, you will get your results hampered, and if you're hype all the time, you will just do better. Like, if you think that's where, like, maybe these natural talents or people that have, like, shit ton of natural enthusiasm for things just, like, level up faster than people that don't, or that, like, struggle uh, with finding enthusi enthusiasm or passion for things. I've been there. I've been on the good side and the bad side of that, and I can tell you that the good side is where you want to be, obviously. Cultivating passion is, I guess, another way of doing a positive thing besides thinking positively. I don't know if it would necessarily reduce negativity if we think of it like that. The daily appreciation practice is quite easy and good. to do. Simply write one thing you are grateful for, like I do all the time. I'll show you guys in a sec. Can be anything. So, for example, one thing I'm grateful for is the blue sky or the excellent weather. So I'll just show you guys what I usually like. A few examples. I won't show on camera because it's just too inconvenient, to be honest. Sunday, 30th of October. I am grateful for being given the first world country access and English language access. Yes, this is because of the fact that I'm not born in England. I'm not a native. Among my peers in my home country makes me quite privileged in a way. It's actually, it might be more privileged than just being rich over there, to be honest. Like if I went back there with like all the savings I have, like in I don't know however long, I'll be a king. Crazy, crazy amounts because of the leverage. Then again, it is quite an expensive. No, I think the standard of living is still lower, even though the euro uses the euro nowadays instead of the home currency. Okay, I'll give you guys another one. I am grateful to be able to take criticism. That's a lot better than living in ignorance. Ah, I think I also write one of partially the reason I wrote that down on that day is because I was like thinking about people that I know. Um, Quite a few of them can't take criticism that well. Okay, maybe just one person. Yeah, I think maybe just one per. Yeah, one actually. Yeah, just one person. Yeah, never mind. I'll give you a third final one. Sunday, 12th of June. I am grateful I went to the gym today. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. That's a quote from Handel. Obviously. Obviously. I didn't make it. I didn't make that quote. I'm not the originator. Obviously, obviously. Um, yeah, very useful. And you can get the effect also by looking back on it, on what you've like read beforehand, scrolling through. I think is even like is if you pair it up with writing something down on that day as well, it's doubly effective even. Daily appreciation is also an exercise and practice in reframing your days into healthier and happier ones, no matter what, which is very powerful. So even if you have, I don't know, a shit day like I am having right now, because I'm so fucking tired and I got woken up with 1 hour of sleep. Um, but I deserve it. But still, I did get woken up. Doing some gratitude helps, especially when you become such a downer when you're tired like I do. Like I was like thinking things like, "Oh, you're such a piece of shit. Um, what a waste of time." Like all the hours leading up to my falling asleep. What a waste of time. You spent like 16 hours just watching YouTube videos, which is a bit of an exaggeration, but it's kind of close. I think I started doing something like that, lying in bed mostly, trying to fall asleep, but I think I had too much caffeine. I could have probably fallen asleep at 7 a.m., but that didn't work out. Uh, because I'm now on a streak of going on my phone for too long and staying on it like an idiot instead of like, I don't know, reading a book. That pretty much guarantees I can fall asleep pretty easily if I do it. If I just read enough, you know. Even if it was like 5 hours of reading, I could have gotten like a massive chunk out of Lord of the Rings. That would have been cool as fuck. Um, because I think it's productive as well to read something like that. because it's such amazing literature. It expands your vocabulary, um, enriches your mind. You imagine all these wonderful places, and it uh, also flexes your imagination. Since you have to rely on the word, you need to construct everything else. So I'm when I read, sometimes I see visuals. I don't. It's not like it's automatic thing per se. Sometimes I have to really focus to see something in my head like that. Uh, when I was really good at going for like I don't know 6, 7, even 8 hours of reading uninterrupted, I could get really, really, really like amazing at like that skill of just imagining a world and how it would play out like a freaking movie, which would have been. I mean, I do have stuff I can base it off since I've seen the Lord of the Rings movies, so it's a bit of a cheat. But the to be fair, the books kind of do diverge, and there's a little bit more things in them. So yeah, so we can include habits like meditation and visualization. They can and should be paired up with this, as it is a powerful trifecta of strong habits that create strong mind and a strong spirit. I can advocate for this. I've pretty much had this in my main routine for ages now, like months and months now, and honestly, it's pretty good. Especially like I think my favorite. If I had to pick the favorite out of the three, I would choose meditation last, and it's a hard tie between gratitude and visualization. I think gratitude is more versatile because you can put more than like the things you're already like focusing on, where visualization is where you try to focus on things you want to improve, which will most of the time will be like the same thing over and over again, but you're reinforcing that idea in your head through positive thinking, basically. Whilst uh, the other way, gratitude, you can just put like a million things, you know? Like I can be grateful for, I don't know, airplanes because they make travel so much easier. Or I can be grateful that this is like £1.50 or something. I don't know how much it is. I didn't buy it, you know, but it's pretty good. Uh, we need to spread this message because it would create a better, healthier society. Yes, I think so. Spread this to your friends and loved ones if they are receptive to stuff like this or have an open mind. I think my friend Taser is probably like a very big agreeer on this as well. That at least gratitude, being grateful is important. Obviously, I think most people can be on board, but they don't really do the exercises that comes with. I think he did visualization and stuff like that, and I remember him saying good things about it too. So there's another good case study for you guys. If you if you can take my word still, because you don't have him here, so it's kind of I'm giving you like secondary information there, which maybe you're probably not remembering the full extent of, because he has talked about it like a year ago or something like that. Maybe 2 years ago. Sadly, there's not many people with an open mind nowadays, um, or that receptive to self-improvement things. At least not in my friend group, except for the one guy. The other few people like varying levels of things, but they're quite stubborn and like they don't quite want to do general things that would help their mental health. At least not in the same way. I'm sure they'd be like talk it out with a partner, which is good as well. I'm not mocking that, but I think this is a bit more reliable. You don't need someone to always talk to because there could be no one to talk to. You just need paper and a pen. It's so simple. And then the other two, you just need your mind. Very, very simple. So it's more reliable, more convenient also because you don't have to rely on the other person to help you out with these things every time. I'm sure it'd get annoying for the person if you had to talk stuff out with them every day. I'm quite a low maintenance guy, and I really dislike high maintenance people. I think a lot of people who are trying to level up kind of are that way just by having to be selfish and like the game theory on it with the fact that it's a very beneficial trait to have in self-improvement, I'd say. Independence, stuff, anti-materialism, minimalism, stoicism, um, freedom, like objectives. Those are all like things that I think a lot of people agree on that follow these circles. I could be wrong. Blackpilling is almost always opposite to self-betterment slash self-improvement. By having these habits, you have mental armor and acquire more mental strength to resist these things and affect you. So there's a little element of stoicism in there, kind of. Um, but mainly, I want to highlight that I'll actually, should I say this? Yeah, fuck it. I said almost because I was, first of all, I don't believe in they're called absolutes. They are not correct most of the time anyway. So why would I trust an absolute without at least having some skepticism on it? Uh, you shouldn't have to blind faith in concepts, because that one it gives you an unopened mind, which is very not beneficial to people who want to learn things, learn new information, or adapt, or anything like that. I think that's the main disadvantage of that, that kind of thinking and practice. Yeah, my head's going blank, so I think yes, yes. It's sad, but with these Duma pills, the competition is so weak. It's weaker than ever. It's easier than ever. Be an above average man. When you think about it, guys, the average guy is in debt. The average guy eats junk food like half, half his day, half his meals. The average guy doesn't work out. The average guy doesn't look after his mental health. The average guy works in a fucking job that he hates in a not impressive job role. I don't know, like a factory worker, which I am, but that will change soon. The average guy uh, gets a shitty degree that he won't use, which is also why he's in debt. The average guy uh, has credit card debt and car debt, mortgages. Mortgages are not that bad, but the other two, card debt and credit card debt. Those are insanely terrible because the person is an average person, or the average guy in this case. They're not going to leverage it well, and they're probably not a business owner. So I mainly said business owner because business owners get a discount through having a business by putting it as a business expense, which a car would most likely be your business expense. Let's face it, you probably need it for some kind of business use. Could even factor in your phone bills, your phone itself, maybe the office, which could be connected to your house if you want. Like, I guess you could have a home office. That could also be discounted. The repairs to that. If you are doing something like that, then you can factor in appreciation, which is property. Um, uh, it basically factors in property degradation. So over 30 years' time, that 30 years would equate to the full price of the property when it was listed, I think. It might be different. It might be whenever you update it, it changes price as well, the payments. But since you can have the property for longer than 30 years, obviously, and it probably won't be broken or anything like that, you get a net benefit as well. Uh, and even if they were a business owner, they should always prioritize their business um, anyway, which also means not having debts, having a clean sheet so that you can put as much money as you can into whatever. Now, there are some people that can leverage debt very effectively, or they can like borrow, accrue capital, as they say, where they'd like borrow money from investors or friends they know, or people like that. Um, that's probably the best way accruing capital. Using credit cards for business is probably the worst way to do it. It's doable. It can be effective, but usually the credit card that's like 22% or something like that on average, I think. So something like that. Some kind of thing in between, or maybe 20% above or below that. Not below that. Sorry, 10% above or below that most of the time. So it's written here: avoid black bills at all costs and good luck. I now actually disagree with that notion. I think it's actually good to know black pills, but you should not focus on them. You should know if, like, paltry amount of black pills, I suppose, just so that you know what other people think like, and also how other people justify their mediocrity. Um, and when you know that how other people think like, you can further understand how you are separated from the pack. With having self-improvement as your focus, because that will be uh, the thing that most average guys won't do. Um, fuck, I need to. Fuck, I wish I could rephrase that better, man. Ah, ah, damn, damn, damn. Fuck. All those thoughts I just had fizzled out. It's so annoying. could have rephrased that like a fucking masterpiece. You know, okay, I'll try anyway. Good know black pills because they give you insight into the average person, how they limit themselves, how they justify their averageness, how they have all these beliefs that most of them aren't true, and even if they are, there are always ways around them. Say if like you short, oh girls don't go for short guys. I think there are quite a few players that are short. Maybe you should learn from them, you know? Like, I know some people that you think wouldn't have girlfriends that do, and they're like absolutely atrocious, man. They're absolutely fucking stupid, atrocious people. But it just shows that anyone can get a girlfriend if they try hard enough. Um, so that's one example of black pills not being true. I'm not gonna list a lot more because I don't want to think about them. To be honest, they're all dumb in some way. Quite fun too because with seeing like short guys and get girls, you can like you can see it as an excuse that people would want to make, like a self-limiting belief as well. And they're just defeating themselves. They're like taking themselves out of the competition. I'm not gonna run anymore. I'm not gonna be your competition for a girl, you know? Because they have that. They have this excuse. They don't have to try anymore. And all it stems from, most of the time, is insecurity. All these black pills, most of the time, are overblown. If you want to be, if you want to strive for more than mediocre, you want to do self-improvement, you will always, pretty much always crush these black pills. Easy. You'll prove like each thing that they're telling you you're gonna be fucked on wrong most of the time. Because these black pills were created for the average person. The average person lives their lives by these things. If you're a self-improver, you will not need to know. Well, it's useful to know uh, for you, but um, don't impose any self-limiting beliefs. Basically, make believe as wildly as you want, as long as it's actually possible. As long as it's not impossible, you can pretty much believe anything crazy. Not that's a shitty way to phrase it. You can pretty much achieve like any type of success. Let's say like that. Yeah, you can win in a shit ton of ways as long as you think you can. As long as I think I can make good videos once in a while or gather a following, I will continue making these videos. I'll continue getting a following through these videos. And over time, my belief will hold true. As long as I keep believing it, or stop believing it, it comes true. I will not have a following anymore. So you can always see how the mind thinks first, and then the actions and the body follows. So in that case, the mindset is the most important, which is why black pills are so fucking toxic, especially to the average person that has not delved into the other side of the black pill. Well, this is way more rambly than the other one I was talking about. I don't know if this is any good. But I think I'll stop recording here. And as always, struggle on.